Gotta say, I am fantastic, la la la, I am fantastic.
Yeah, I like the positive vibes.
Everybody, welcome to another episode of the Be Fantastic movement. I've got musicians on board. Blowing town, going to Reno for a gig. Is it a one-day gig?
It is, yes. One-day gig and then head right back.
Where did that word gig come from?
You know, that's a great question. Gig.
Yeah, wow.
I don't know.
You guys have a great gig by being musicians. So we're going to have to ask Google on that later on. But how long you guys been musicians?
Pretty long. Probably since high school. Both of us.
Yeah. What's the name of your band?
It's called Burnsy.
Burnsy.
Yeah, B-U-R-N-Z-I.
And what does that represent?
It's a friend of ours, Grandpa. It's his nickname. He's in the group as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you have a grandpa in the group?
No. It's a friend of our other member of our group. It's his grandpa.
Oh, it's his grandpa.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because I'm a great-grandfather myself.
Oh, there you go.
So anyway, they didn't want to be on camera because it's early morning and they didn't have their beauty sleep.
We didn't shower yet.
They didn't shower. And I don't know if you guys can smell it. Oh, my God! It's horrible. But we're cruising out of Malibu. Now, Tom is the one that lives in that house I just picked you up at. And Tom, I see that the fire burned right next to your home.
It did.
Did you evacuate? Did you put out that bush?
Yes. I got out of there. Luckily, for a few days there, you didn't know what was going on. You didn't know if the house was standing or what was happening in the area. So I kept getting updates from neighbors and them telling me that, hey, you're still good. And then a frantic one saying, oh my God, it got real close, but I think you're still good. So when it finally died down, luckily my house is still standing. So I got super lucky.
Well, my daughter lost her home in Paradise.
Oh wow, yeah.
As long as with 85% of the town.
Yeah, that was terrible.
And the bummer about all that is, well, there's lots of bummers, of course, but the people whose house didn't burn down are the ones that are unfortunate.
Right.
Because they didn't get the insurance. They have to live in a dead town.
Totally.
And so
that's even how I felt coming up here. I mean, the area by my house up there, if you keep going up that street,
right?
It's pretty devastated up there. So yeah, it was almost weird coming back right after the fires, and it's like, oh, I feel really lucky that my house didn't burn down, but seeing all the houses that did, you can't help but have a little bit of like a guilt or a sadness, or like, man, this even though I got lucky, this still really sucks.
And then another unfortunate thing is a lot of people have been living in Malibu for decades.
Yeah. And
so they bought when it was very inexpensive in the 60s or 70s, and they didn't have the insurance policy for the value of their home.
Sure.
And what happens in life, in business, there's a lot of smart people and there's not so smart people. And when you get a mortgage, the mortgage company is pretty smart. They make you get insurance to cover their ass.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of people didn't have the insurance and they had to leave Malibu.
Yeah. That sucks.
That's very sucks.
Yeah.
So, but tell me about what kind of music you guys play.
Oh, it's like pop music.
You write your own songs?
Yeah.
You have an album?
Almost.
Working on an album since high school.
Well, we've been doing music the whole time, but this is kind of a newer project for us.
Because your friend told me a different name of the band.
Oh, yeah? Well, we've been in a few different bands.
So you're confused at your name yet, right? It's very confusing, this music stuff. So
it's early, to be fair. We're just rolling out of bed, and luckily you were around because sometimes it's very difficult to get an Uber out here.
Yeah, I just rolled out of bed at 4:30 this morning, decided to drive for a couple hours.
Wow, good for you.
And I stopped at the Bluffs and did a speech.
Oh, yeah?
One of my motivational speeches to the camera.
How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing it for about a year now.
Wow.
And I'm very proud to say I've changed a lot of people's lives. I've got 12 teachers now that are having their students say, I am fantastic before class.
Oh, nice.
Because when you say it, I want you guys to do me a favor, okay? Real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Look at each other and with great conviction and passion, Say, I am fantastic.
I am fantastic. I don't have a problem saying that.
How does that feel?
Feels good.
You feel? Did you both feel it?
I mean, I felt it. I don't know.
great,
This guy felt a little bit like he was going through the motions. I don't know. I think he might need to do it again.
Okay, I'm going to give you the professional version because you guys are musicians.
Okay, good.
And if you're a bachelor, it's the best opening line on the planet. Look at each other again and say, I am fan-fucking-tastic.
I am fan-fucking-tastic.
Oh, yeah.
How's that feel?
I'm fan-fucking-tastic.
Then you can say frigging. It's not a cuss word, but just so you know. It's because it's in the middle of the word. It's an adjective.
That's true.
So basically, that's about as positive as a human being can be, in my opinion.
I agree.
And it's the best opening line to a girl because girls want two things from a guy who's confident and a guy who's funny. And that says it all right there.
That's true. All right, I'm going to use that one.
That is the best opening line on the planet.
Yes. Fan-fucking-tastic.
And you can say fan-frigging, you can say whatever you like, but what I think say is if the girl takes offense to it, you don't want to F her in the first place.
Yeah.
That means she doesn't have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
You don't want a girl without a sense of humor.
It's true.
And it's not a cuss word, people. It's an adjective. At any rate, so this movement can help make the world a more civil place if everyone adopts it. And when you're a fantastic person, you let someone in traffic. You open doors for people. You say please and thank you. And when someone says hello, you say hello back.
Yeah.
How often did you say hello to someone and they don't say hello back? It's horrifying.
Yeah, it is. It's bad.
It's really bad. And there's no civility anymore in the big cities. In the small towns, you'll find it because people are accountable for their actions.
Sure.
So for some reason, we don't feel that we're accountable when we don't know someone next to us in traffic. So we honk at them and we flip them off. I'll give you a funny story. I live in Marina Del Rey. And when I see a red light, I don't rush up to it. Because I also drive limousines. And you don't want to abruptly stop or start in a limo, right?
Sure.
Because they got some champagne back there. So I glide to red lights. I get 80 miles per gallon. Right now I'm getting 80 miles per gallon by gliding down this little incline here. And this guy is frustrated behind me, and even though it's on Admiralty Way, if you know the marina, it's just a mile long. And I didn't know he was frustrated, but by the time I got to the red light, he pulled up next to me, which means he made it at the same time, right?
Right.
And he yells, "You motherfucker!" And I'm thinking, he's at the red light. He would have been there, 10 seconds earlier.
Right.
But he's so frustrated that he didn't get there sooner.
Right.
I think people think they're getting to their destination quicker by getting to the red light sooner, which doesn't make any sense. Like right now, people will actually accelerate to red lights. I'm gliding.
Yeah.
I'm getting 80 miles per gallon. And when I get there, I'm going to gently tap the brakes. And guess what happens when you hardly use your brakes? They last longer.
Well, they last longer, for sure. It's a nice, smoother ride.
Is it smoother ride?
A lot of things.
Oh, life is so funny. You know, you ever hear the saying, "I wish I knew then what I know now"?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's why this movement is so important, because I'm teaching people, or hopefully introducing people, some thoughts that they should know now to make their life better, down the line. Because I think the more you know, the easier life is. The more songs you know, the more fun it is to be a musician.
Sure.
The more songs you write, the better your career is going to be.
Sure.
So you guys have an agent and all that kind of stuff to get these kind of gigs?
Yeah, we do.
Well, I figured a way to promote this movement of mine is through music. And so we're going to be having some concerts. And I'm looking at doing one on Valentine's Day at the Santa Monica Civic. One of my friends manages the Goss Brothers, or the Bros Brothers. It's called the Bros. You know the Bros Brothers? They're a pretty big band. So I'm going to look for bands for that event. Santa Monica Civic's a pretty cool place. You ever play there?
No.
Where's the biggest gig?
Jeez. We do a lot of casino stuff.
You get free drinks when you play the casino stuff?
That's
it's a big,
That's why
big
we do
plus.
it. We don't get paid or anything. We just get to drink.
Exactly. Like the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what a great film that was, huh?
You know, believe it or not, I haven't seen that since I was a kid. I got to go back to that one.
Oh, what a motivating film that is.
Mm-hmm.
It gets you, it's just such a build to it, you know?
Yeah, right. These coffee cups.
Right, cheap.
Well, they didn't have the other ones.
Yeah.
So what advice do you have for fellow musicians?
Oh, man. I don't know. What about you, Dan? What advice? Take a job. Johnny boy. Man of many words.
Yeah.
Play good music.
Keep playing.
Really do.
I don't know.
Well, I think the secret to happiness is to jump out of bed in the morning looking forward to your day. Like you guys, I'm sure you were looking forward to getting up because you're going to go to a gig and you're going to have some fun.
Yeah.
That's the secret to happiness.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Doing your passion.
Looking at every day as like, hey, okay, I'm glad I'm alive today, right?
Yeah.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Yeah.
I'm on the right side of the dirt.
I always say the top side of the grass.
Top side of the grass.
So you have a tennis court right next to you. Do you guys play tennis?
No, that's the neighbor. But I play tennis once in a while, just not on that court.
Uh-huh.
You play?
Yeah. My sons taught my sons and they became pros.
Oh, no way.
Traveled the world and played all the Grand Slams.
Oh, wow.
And I got to go with them and watch them play.
That's great.
Yeah, it was fantastic, actually. And
Anyone that we would have heard of?
well, he's pretty famous. Lester Cook.
Lester Cook.
Anybody who knows tennis will know Lester Cook from Southern Cal. He was number one at A&M, three-time All-American, the winningest player at the Ojai.
No kidding.
You know the Ojai, right?
I mean, I know where Ojai is.
Well, there's a tournament called the Ojai, and it's the oldest tournament in America.
Wow.
119 years old, I think.
Holy cow.
He's got more titles than anyone up there.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's fun. Tennis is a sport of a lifetime.
Yeah.
You get exercise and you don't think you're getting it because you're having fun. I think that's the secret.
This is great.
Well, guys, thanks for your interview.
Thank you. Love the message.
And make your audience fantastic by just playing fantastic music.
Awesome.
Have a fantastic life. And try to eliminate the word good. Don't say, guys, you did a good job, or have a good day, or you look good. Replace it with fantastic. You'll live longer, feel better, and look better. Everybody be fantastic. Like, share, subscribe. And on the 27th, come on down to the Windjammer Yacht Club in the Marina for one of our motivational networking meetings. It's free. And you can also be able to test the best caviar in the country. Everybody, have a fantastic weekend. Thanks for listening.
Gotta say, I am fantastic. La la la. I am fantastic.
Overpopulated cities around the world have caused people to become a greedy, selfish, and litigious society. Would you like to be happier, live longer, never be forgotten, and help make the world a kinder, more civil place? It's actually easier than you think. Every day you're asked, how are you? Instead of saying good, say I am fantastic. It will make you look better, feel great, and reduce your stress. Making the world a better place starts with each person. Please join the Be Fantastic movement today. What you want to be, you can be. Be fantastic.
I met Dr. Fantastic along life's way. And I heard him say, you gotta say, I am fantastic. La la la.